Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls. Welcome to this pick a card, pick a door reading. You're going to choose the door that resonates with you the most. It doesn't matter if you like it or dislike it. It matters if it's calling to you. There may be a message in there for you. This is still a general reading for the collective, so only take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I always advise to center yourself before you choose anything in a pick a card, anything. So inhale for the count of 7 if you can. Hold it for the same count and then let it out slow for the same count, just to get yourself grounded and centered. You can pause the video for a few minutes if you need to do this, but if you're ready, we're going to hop right into group 1. All right, group 1, let's see what the divine door has to say to you. We have forgive and forget, a ritual cleansing of lies, of pain and lies. Arise and awaken and see a new sunrise. Hopefully you guys can see that on camera. I feel like for many of you, this is a forgiveness of self. Let me state this for the whole collective that chose this card. Forgiveness starts with you. And yes, forgiveness is for you. It's for the other person to a degree, but in reality, it's for you. When you forgive someone, you remove their control over your emotions. So for example, do you really want to go to an event that could be crucial for you? This could be a life changer, a game changer. It elevates you. The person you don't like walks in the room, your whole situation is thrown off. Now you're scatterbrained. Now you're angry. Now you're irritated or sad or frustrated, whatever it may be. Are you willing to suffer the consequence of allowing that person to throw off your energy because you're carrying them around as a trigger? You're carrying their actions around as a trigger. Triggers are not meant to be held on to. And this is something I explain a lot when it's time to do shadow work or deep soul cleaning, like soul guidance rituals, is you have to let go of the triggers. Some of you guys, when you're triggered, you lash out at people who don't deserve it. You're very temperamental. Some of you might be fire signs because you feel very fiery. It doesn't have to be everyone. But when you lose your temper, it's on another level and your words are very sharp. And you'll feel guilt afterwards, but sometimes pride keeps you from apologizing. And then you just carry that around because now you're carrying around that feeling of being guilty. You could lie to yourself and say that you don't. But remember, the card says a ritual cleansing of pain and lies. This isn't just about lies you may have told someone else, but lies you tell yourself. This isn't about just lies that someone else told you, but lies you tell yourself, right? So it's time to cleanse all of that out and forget. It still resonates with the word cleansing, but I feel like sometimes people think forget means, so you just want me to erase what happens? Look, whatever the trauma was, whatever the drama was, because for some of you, this is straight up drama. Whatever it was, is it benefiting you? Has it been benefiting you? No. When you're triggered by that word, that person, that place, that thing, is it enabling you? If you just remove the guard right now, remove the feeling of needing to be guarded because that's what makes you lash out, and you just look at the situation for really what it is, you'll realize it's hurting you. It's causing you more pain. So it's kind of, just to be blunt, it's kind of backwards to be pissed at being in pain that someone else caused you while also choosing to live in that pain. Spirit wants you to let it go. The divine wants you to let it go. It's not serving you. You've learned the lesson you need to learn from it. You just need to recognize what the lessons are. And sometimes that's the problem. The lesson has been taught. It's not about putting the lesson on repeat all the time. It's been taught. It's just that the person doesn't want to do the action necessary to accept the change that the lesson is supposed to bring. And that's what's required now. But you've never been alone. Spirit has never abandoned you. Some of you may have felt that way at one point in time, but Spirit's never abandoned you. You just haven't been hearing it. And that's been coming out a lot in different readings, in different groups with different people. It's this like, I've been left or abandoned, or it's like the divine isn't hearing me. No, they always hear you. But do you always hear them? Do you always respond when they call? Because they're always right there, ready and willing. But if you're not moving in the direction necessary to get that clarity and that freedom from pain that you're asking for, It's not just about them snapping and boom, it's done for you. You have to also put in some work. You have to also do, like I said in my last reading, law of attraction, it doesn't just work one way. You'll either attract the negative of your own thoughts, of your own vibration, or the positive of your own thoughts and vibrations. But here's the great thing about it. You are blessed with the free will and choice to do either. No one can tell you what to do. These readings are for clarity and guidance. What you do with that clarity, how you go about it, all of that's up to you. That's the joy of free will. However, you also have to be prepared for the consequences of free will and the pleasures of free will. You have to be able to be ready for all that, right? When you forgive and forget and you cleanse yourself, you live a richer life. Let's see what the divine family has to say to you. Didn't I just say something about apologize? See that? Apology starts within yourself because forgiveness starts within yourself. If there's a 25-year-old version of you, I don't know why that number came up. Perhaps that means something for some of you guys. It just came right in. But if there's a 25-year version of you who went through something, went through some type of mental anguish, heartbreak, family loss, whatever it may have been that made you like this, it made you feel guarded, and I'm going to lash out whenever somebody ticks me off, that you constantly relives that pain over and over again because you blame that version of yourself. Whenever you say the woulda, coulda, shoulda, if I had just, whenever those things pop up in your mind, you're putting that version of yourself through a playback, like a repeat record. And then what happens is the psyche in the present begins to relive it as well. So in your physical realm, the things that go on around you, you begin to manifest that same kind of atmosphere. It doesn't mean that the same exact pain or trauma will repeat, but similar situations that make you feel that same angry, trapped, I have to lash out kind of vibration. So you have to forgive yourself and realize that was then. Then you might have known better but didn't know how to do better. Now you know better and you can do better. And you can learn to do better. Forgive yourself, let go, let flow. You'll hear me say that all the time, right? Forget, cleanse the situation. You do not need to cling to it. People have this idea that they need to cling to past situations and pains and lies and frustrations. You do not. Forget doesn't mean that if the person walked down the street tomorrow, you forgot everything they did. It means that you're not affected by it anymore. They don't rule your joy. No one should be able to take your joy away from you. It is yours. Period. They can add to it. They can harmonize with it, but they can't take it from you. All right? Let's see what else we have for you from Spirit. Eagle. You will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. So let's look at that in full, guys. Forgive and forget. Do this ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken to a new sunrise, right? When you apologize, you will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. Do you see how that just beautifully flows together? I'm hearing that's still right? Yeah, I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea, fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me, I wanna fly. That's why I keep hearing time, keep on slipping, slipping into the future. Y'all might want to listen to the lyrics of that song. That's a song channel for you guys. But group 1, you got this. You're in control of your destiny. You just need to tap into that inner strength. Forgive yourself. Forgive the people of the past. Let the past stay where it is. Forget about it. Leave it over there somewhere. Evolve, all right? Love you. Blessings to you. All right, group 2, it's your turn. Let's see what we have for you. What does the divine door have to say to you? I will say your reading feels a bit heavier. And it's not just because of this doorway, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't think it's just because of this doorway, but let's see what it has to say. Change beckons. That's beautiful. So the path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be ashamed as change beckons today. Okay, so why y'all running from change? Because that's what I feel. I feel like some of y'all are high-telling, like you're just high-assing. What do they call it? I just messed up that whole phrase. But you guys know what I mean. Like you're just haul-assing out of, like, what is going on? There's dust behind some of y'all running so fast from change. I feel like some of you just went through a sudden change. And maybe that's what it is. It's like this sudden, I was not prepared for this. No one told me. I didn't sign up for this kind of fear that you have towards this change. Some of you, heaviness, the change brought about heaviness, and you may not be a person that knows how to cleanse or deal with heaviness very well. Like it kind of puts you in this depressive rut. That's what it feels like here. But change is a necessity. Change is a necessity. Change has been the center of readings lately for people. It's just, you have to understand that in order to really reach the life that your spirit truly deserves, and when I say your spirit, I mean your core. The core of who you are is so much deeper and so much richer than what you may understand. Some people go rogue. Some people, they decide to be karmatic. They decide to be twisted for whatever reason. That's their decision. You don't have to constantly choose to be affected by those people. I'm feeling like some of you feel very abandoned. You feel very alone, but you're never alone. You probably get tired of hearing that, but listen, you're sitting here listening to this reading as another person, yes, again, tells you that you're not alone. Perhaps there's something to it. If you haven't heard it before, it's the first time. 11:11. I just saw 11:11. You're not alone. Understand that. There's always an energetic protection around you. The problem is what humans have to understand. Animals understand this. Other forms of animals understand. Humans have to understand. Signs are put in front of us all the time. Sometimes we're going to catch them. Sometimes we're going to miss them. That's just how it's going to be. But it's not because we're alone. It's because sometimes our intuition just has to be awakened. It has to be unlocked. And whether it be society, whether it be family, along with our own vices, we get shut off from being able to tap in and see the clarity of the situation, to see the detail of the situation. That's why people like me come around. We go through our own versions of that, but we also can see things a bit deeper. So we're able to open the road. Like, here's the road, guys. Which one do you want to choose? That type of thing. There's always some type of sign around you that you're guided. You just have to open your eyes, physically and spiritually and mentally, to seeing them. This change it's a necessary, because this heaviness that you're feeling, a lot of you have heaviness. It's not benefiting you. It's going to make you sick. You need to let it go. See what your divine has to say, what your guardians have to say. They say pray. Some of you probably haven't prayed in a very long time. You haven't. And how you choose to pray, darling, that is up to you. But some of you haven't done it in a really long time. Something made you lose faith. So I feel like that's what that heaviness also is. And that might be why you're running so fast away from the change. You don't know if you can handle it. You don't know if you recognize yourself anymore. Spirit is telling you that they're always ready and willing to listen. You just need to pray about it. There's no need to ask too many pleases in your prayer. Just allow yourself to be free in your prayer. Say what's really on your mind. Say what you really need. Flow with what you really need. I feel like some of you guys have certain, that's the second time I believe I'm saying the word vice, or the third time, but some of you have vices, whatever they may be. I'm not going to get too deep into that, because this feels a little bit more like a shadow reading, like it's bordering the lines of that for some of you. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to be willing to walk through the tunnel. Sometimes we got to get through the mud. We got to get through the darkness in order to reach that light. And even in that darkness, we're never alone. Just like in the light, we're never without our shadow. Our shadow can be our protector, or it can go rogue on us. And then we got to get it right. But at the end of the day, we're never abandoned. We just have to accept it and believe it in our own hearts. Let's see what else we have for you here. Yeah, some of you, the heaviness involves a lot of just, if it's not vices, it's people that are heavy, because we have the devil card here, and we have take care immediately to avoid temptation and deceit. I feel like some of those vices are temptations for you guys. You know your situation. I'm not going to dig too deep. You know what those temptations are. I'm trying to keep these cards in the camera for you guys. But it's time to dig deep into that inner strength. Time to call on your angel family, call on your divine family, whatever resonates with you, whatever belief background you have. I feel like some of you have been becoming a believer lately. You've been seeing things, hearing things that make you go, okay, something's out there. But that heaviness has to come off. I'm hearing, well, the night is cold and dark, but somewhere the sun's shining, and I'll feel it shine on me. I'll keep trying. That's Boyz II Men, I Will Get There. I will get there. I will get there somehow. Cross that river. Nothing's stopping me now. I will get through the night and make it through to the other side. Get there. Yes, get there. You guys might need to listen to that whole song in full. I feel like you'll resonate with the encouragement that'll come from that. And if you haven't prayed for a while, it's never too late to pray. And guess what? This is a soul tribe here. So we'll pray for you too. Anyone else that probably watches this video straight through, this is a soul tribe. This is a union. Okay? This is a sacred bond that we're building here, that we have here. So we will also pray for you. We will also pray for you to have the clarity and the guidance that you need, as we do always and forever. You just have to be open to receive. What's given has to be received in order for it to really flourish. And that is your reading, group 2. Blessings to you, protection to you. And finally, here we are, group 3. Let's see what the divine door has to say to you. A moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Hold on to these joyous memories. When necessary, when you're going through something that's heavy, or just when you have a moment of like, oh, today was just, go back to that moment of joy. Moments of joy actually last longer than moments of sorrow. It's just that people don't notice it because they get caught up in repeating the sorrowful ones in their mind. So ask yourself, which memories, which moments are you going to hold on to? And when I say hold on, I don't mean to be attached. But when you need to revisit them for a pickup, when you just need to expand and experience growth through them, are you going to keep doing it through annoying ones or painful ones? Or are you going to go to joyful ones? Because you have free will, you know. I feel like those joyful moments are going to inspire you. Like spark creativity in you. Let's see what your angel family has to say. What they want you to do. They want you to look at that. Make a wish. Yep. Inspire and spark creativity. Look at the stars. Some of you might be very artistic, or you like artistic things, even if you yourself maybe can't draw or anything like that. You might be good at like designing, but there's something you're wishing for. There's something you want to manifest, and you're being told you can manifest that with the joy in your heart, with your inner will. When you manifest through joy, through love, it amplifies the passion of creativity. I just saw 1818. So that's 99. You guys might want to look up these numbers. That's a beautiful card to have. Let's get right into the next one. Look at that. Soul searching will bring you inner peace to many areas of your life. Look at that. What I love about this that I'm noticing, you see the stars? I have a new setup, so I'm trying to be mindful, but you see how looking up at the stars in the sky, and then as the hand's writing here, there's stars, there's a locket, it says diary, judgment. So some of you are soul searching right now, and that's a beautiful thing. Don't see it as a negative. I don't think you guys see it as a negative, but you might be feeling a little like you're trying to manifest something. You just keep being like, how do I do this? How am I going to get this to come? Well, first of all, Spirit is saying, write it down. Write down what you want to do. And then research what it is. Like, what will it take for you to achieve that? And what can you start right now to get the ball rolling on it? And that'll create some soul searching, some digging deep. It'll bring you inner peace. Just you don't have to stress out over these things, guys. Like, you really don't. It can seem like it, especially with the world we live in, but truthfully, you don't have to stress out, especially when you have a creative mind. Just center oneself, relax into it, allow things to flow, and you'll see it just starts coming to you out of nowhere. I'm hearing Jiminy Cricket's when you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are, anything your heart, something, I forgot the words, will come to you. And I'm only forgetting the words because I'm tired. I'm a music encyclopedia. I normally don't forget words when I know a song, but I'm tired. But yeah, you guys, your energy is the lightest one out of all the groups. If you chose one of the other groups as well, this reading is a huge like pick me up. Not that the other ones weren't, but this is showing you have the power of manifestation. You notice how her wings, it's like she's stretching them just a little bit as she makes that wish, like she's expanding in her chest center, solar plex center. She's just she's putting all her passion, her thoughts into this, because your thoughts are how you manifest. Your passion is what gives you the drive to manifest it. So just focus on that energy, that positive energy. Most of all, when manifesting, stand in that manifestation and be clear in your judgment. Be clear in what it is that you want. Try not to be scatterbrained about it. So that might be another reason why you're being told to kind of like write things down, do a little soul searching, dig deep. What's your heart's truest desire? Now manifest it from all the joy that comes from the heart's will. And don't allow yourself to think that those creation moments have to be frustrating. They can bring about joy, even if it's a small moment. That small moment of joy creates the momentum and the energy, the vibration necessary to keep going, to keep growing, and to keep expanding. But yeah, you guys feel a lot lighter than the other two groups were, which is interesting. But that's your reading, group 3. And I hope you guys got some clarity and some good advice from that. Much love to you all. Praying for you all. Peace, love, and light.